I don't think today's title can be any clearer, and please forgive my, as expected to have happened, my laryngitis voice. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, the Save Money More Jan channel. Today's show, obviously, for obvious reasons, is going to be shorter than usual. I knew it was coming on when I took my tea and sympathy day yesterday, and as the day progressed, my voice got worse. Not surprised, kind of thing that happens because I overly use my voice, which is my tool of communication. But I want to talk for a brief moment about pipe dreams will not pay the rent or bills. Okay, this is true. Now, here's what I want to distinguish: a fantasy of moving forward versus I have to pay my bills to keep afloat. Can you have both thoughts and still be right? Yes. You can dream of a one day that you want a better life for yourself, not paying rent and perhaps home ownership. Okay. Or some people just want to have other plans, not necessarily, a sticks and bricks type of setup. They rather just be nomadic and travel across the country. And it's totally fine if that's your truth and this is who you are and want to be that way. That's great. But in the meantime, all of us have to keep a solid foundation and grounding. So the harsh reality is sometimes we have to take on jobs that we don't really like. Sometimes we have to go past our feelings. And I think today this has been a huge problem. A lot of focus on, but I don't feel like doing this. Well, here's my example. Look at me today, this morning. I didn't feel like making this message. I don't feel so good at all. I'm still making the message. I got past my feelings and said, no, I'm going to continue on and make my message. And as soon as I'm done, I will go gargle my throat and have a cup of tea and a little more sympathy today. And that's okay. But I don't feel so sorry for myself that I don't get past sometimes doing the right thing despite how one feels. I'm going to share a story about when I was a school teacher in a private parochial school back in the day. I had lost a dear family member, okay? And my aunt, in fact, she was kind of like a grandma to me. Very loving, kind person. I miss her so much. And when I learned that she had passed away, it was a very very upsetting thing to say the least. And you know how it goes. A few days later, there's a service, and I attended the wake of my aunt, but the special mass of Christian burial was to occur on a very key day during the school year. It was like some sort of a midterm exam kind of day. I couldn't leave my classroom. My heart was torn between the important midterm exam for my students or being at that service. And it was awful. It was awful. I tried to find someone to cover for me. And as per usual, no one was available. There's never that person available when you really need them in life. Ever noticed that? Did you ever notice that? Well, it sort of felt like that, but many times there truly, truly is. And not you can't even get like a good proxy to monitor the class while you're distributing the exam. So, but my heart, I'm in that classroom. I showed up for the kids. I really didn't want to be there that day because a person could be a teacher, but they could still have feelings. This may come as a blow to someone young listening to this. They still have families, and have feelings, and I'm sitting there giving the exam, trying my best not to think. So I consulted one of the nuns that was there, and I said, "What kind of a person, sister, am I to be in this classroom when I should be at that service, that mass?" I literally asked the nun, and she said, "You know what you are?" She said, "You're a decent person." I was like, wow. That those words were so powerful to me because I felt so badly. I felt like I was not being loyal to my family member, my close family member, mind you, and having to work the classroom. Um, do I regret it? Yes and no, because a part of me still felt like I should have been there. But I was thankfully, at least I did attend, uh, the wake at the funeral home. I did attend that the night before. But sometimes there are no joys in being an educator. Sorry. I would be a total liar if I said, oh, it's always perfect. It's always joyful. No, it's not. Sometimes it really stinks. Especially when you give your all. Especially when you give your all. But I'm telling you this story because my job paid my rent. My job made sure I had food on the table for my family. Sometimes we have to do things despite our feelings, okay? Oh, I didn't have good feelings that day. I'm sitting at that desk while the kids are taking their midterm exam, looking at a timer. I said, no one else on planet Earth could sit in this room today and turn on a timer and make sure the kids are not cheating on the test. Seriously? Really? I just didn't buy it. A part of me I did not buy it. But then I thought carefully as I sat there thinking, walking around, making sure eyes on your own paper kind of thing. And I'm walking around, checking, going up and down the aisles, thinking, would my family member, my close to me aunt, which was kind of like a grandma to me because I saw her all the time, how would she feel about me being here or worried about being there? Honestly, I really don't know. But I would lean towards that in all probability. She would have said, Jan, you honored me your whole life. Why should you throw away that feeling because you couldn't get there due to unfortunate circumstances beyond your control? That, I am sure, is what she would have done. I gave you this real life example because we have to sometimes get past our feelings. Now, let's talk about pipe dreams will not pay the rent or bills. Pipe dreams without action are not going to pay your rent or bills because a dream without a plan is only a wish. Let's back that up again. A dream without a plan is only a wish. So you want to pay your bills. Yes, keep your dreams. But at some point, how do we get to that goal? How do we get to that other place we'd rather be instead of the struggle life? The struggle life is not a glamorous place. I don't know why. I mean, I know people are fascinated to hear about it. Maybe they'd like to watch it on a TV sitcom or something and just like for a half hour go, ha, that's so funny, which it is not funny. And I know they make a lot of humor and maybe made a lot of jokes. But for the person that is in the struggle life for real and for true, it is no joke. It is no joke. That's why I'm just saying the truth. We should have dreams. We should aspire to our dreams. We need to take action to achieve our goals. Because if you're only going to kick back and just dream and do nothing about it, it'll be your forever wish. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate everybody's time. Now I have to definitely rest my throat. Another day of voicemails or typing over sitting down on hour-long phone calls. I just have to say something to all the people that know me personally that may be listening to this. I love you all very much, but I'm flattered that you like to talk to me for hours on end. Thank you. I love you back. But you might be thinking of your one phone call, but I have to handle 10 phone calls. Love all of you. Have a great day, everybody. Take good care of yourself and your amazing family. Thank you.